All right, let's talk about an ingredient you see everywhere, but maybe don't really know what it is. Soy lecithin. Is this thing actually good for you, or is it something you should be trying to avoid? Let's get into it.
You know the feeling. You're in the grocery store, you flip over a box, and you're scanning the ingredients, and then you see it. Soy lecithin. It just sounds so chemical, right? What in the world is that?
Well, here's the thing. There's a pretty good chance you've already had some today. I mean, this stuff is a real workhorse in the food world. It's in everything from ice cream and dairy products to the bread for your sandwich, even in things like infant formulas and dietary supplements. It's pretty much hiding in plain sight. Okay, so let's pull back the curtain. What exactly is this stuff? At its heart, soy lecithin is just a food additive that comes from soybeans, and its main job in life? It's an emulsifier. So think about salad dressing, how the oil and vinegar always want to separate. An emulsifier is what holds them together. Soy lecithin does that for all kinds of foods, giving them that smooth, consistent texture we expect. Now, this is where the story takes a turn, because while it might sound a little suspicious, some of the research points to some pretty surprising upsides. Let's start with a big one, cholesterol. Yeah, believe it or not, this simple little additive has actually been looked at for its ability to help manage cholesterol levels. And the numbers from one human study are kind of wild. People taking soy lecithin supplements saw their total cholesterol levels drop by a whopping 42%. I mean, that is a huge number. But wait, it gets even better. In that same study, their LDL cholesterol, that's the bad kind your doctor's always talking about, it drops by up to 56%. That is a seriously powerful potential effect. And the potential perks don't stop there. Soy lecithin also happens to deliver something your body absolutely needs to function right. And that nutrient is called choline. Choline is essential, which is just a sciencey way of saying your body can't make enough on its own, so you have to get it from your food. And it's super important for your liver, for muscle movement, for your metabolism, the whole shebang. So here's the connection. Soy lecithin is a source of that choline in a form called phosphatidylcholine. This means that the very same ingredient used to keep your food from separating might also be helping you get more of this vital nutrient. Kinda cool, right? Okay, so that all sounds pretty good. But to get the whole story, we have to look at the other side of the coin. Let's talk about the concerns that people often bring up. Generally, the worries kind of fall into three main buckets. The risk for people with soy allergies, it's linked to genetically modified or GM soy, and the chemical process that's used to get it out of the bean. First up, allergies. This is a totally valid concern for a lot of people. But here's something interesting from the University of Nebraska. The process to make soy lecithin actually removes most of the soy allergens. The risk is apparently so low that most allergists don't even tell their patients with soy allergies to avoid it. Of course, if you have a very severe allergy, you should still be cautious. Okay, next is the whole GMO issue. A ton of the soy grown these days is genetically modified, so if that's something you're trying to avoid, there's actually a really simple solution. Just look for the organic label. Organic products are required to use organic, non-GM soy lecithin. And finally, we've got the extraction method. To get the lecithin out, chemical solvents like hexane are often used. And for some people, the idea of any chemical solvents being involved in making their food is, understandably, a real point of concern. All right, so we've looked at the potential perks, and we've laid out the real concerns. Where does that leave us? Let's try to land on a verdict. Here's the good news. According to what we've seen, for most of us, the actual amount of soy lecithin you're eating in any given food is tiny, like really, really small. So small that it's generally considered safe and just isn't likely to be harmful. So let's just break it down one last time on a little scorecard. On the perk side, you've got the potential to help lower cholesterol, and it's a good source of that essential nutrient, choline. On the concern side, you have allergies, though the risk is low for most, the GMO factor, which you can avoid with organic products, and that chemical extraction process. So, the bottom line, in the small amounts you find in food, it's generally safe for most people. So, the next time you're reading a label and your eyes land on soy lecithin, you won't have to wonder anymore. You'll know what it is, you'll know the potential upsides, and you'll know the valid concerns. You'll be able to make an informed choice for yourself. And really, that's what it's all about.